Move into the open mic segment. Before I do that, anybody found the answer to my riddle? What has 3 eyes and can only see out of 1? What the riddle is? It is a coconut.
Hello, good night. Yeah, my name is Sharon Sivalis. A few of you might know me from the poetry scene here and there. So, in honor of the evening, I figured let me read one of mine that is closer to everybody's heart. It's called Where Over Here. It's a poem, of course. Yeah. Where over the world, say where. You'll find an island there. From Clem La Vega Square to French Cul-de-sac way up there. From Sunset to Mother Bay. And all the places that we used to play. We share this place called here with people from everywhere. We people French and Dutch don't talk in English much. And we love to talk so much, and complain, and sing and shout. But I often hold my mouth, till I know what they're talking about. And I educate my mind, because we will leave this country one day in time. But this land is not just for me. Oh, how I love our history, where the chains of mountain green, variously in sunshine sheen. Oh, I love this paradise. It's so pretty and so nice. Oh, I love this cultured delight, like Johnny cakes and peas and rice. You'll find this island here with people brown and fair, nappy and curly hair, just flowing everywhere. We grow up everywhere. We keep learning how more to care. Oh, I love this paradise. So much potential, so very nice. Oh, I love this paradise. It needs much work, but for my home, I will pay the price.
Please listen. Listen as you hear the shores, as the wave caress the beach. Can you hear it? Listen, listen, listen. But many of you are too talkative. Everyone is talking here and there, talking about everything that does not even matter. From the latest iPhone to everything that is happening on social media, we're talking mainly everything. But we're not listening to what is needed within this place. But still, yeah, we're ready to chase everything that is out of place. From clothes to shoes to Jordans to everything. Except what really matters. And here it is what really matters. What really matters is us preparing for the future that is to come. For us preparing for where we ought to be and taking this place into the 22nd century. Because you know we are right now in the 21st. But still yet, we act as if we in reverse, as if we are in the 18th century. It is time for us to stand up and show the world truly who we be. Yes, that's what I say, who we be. Because, guess what? This is who I be, because I'm from sweet Swaliga. But still yet, I'm going forward. You don't want to come? That's okay. I love you. But I'm going forward. So please, listen. Progress catching up.
This is a little poem I read last night, just last night. It's called I Love This Island Samaritan No Matter What. I say it in my Samaritan language. Yeah. I love this island Samaritan no matter what. Even though the internet sucks and the traffic sucks, I still love this island Samaritan no matter what. Everybody don't know everything because it's a small island. Even before the newspaper, people done talking about it in the hall. But I see matters them fast, you know. The man like CBS News. But I still love this island Samaritan no matter what. And don't get me started on our weather vibe. I know we're wrong with Samaritan weather sometimes. Like make up your mind. In the morning, it pouring hard. Then in the afternoon, hot. Like, hello, we can't deal with all these emotions right now. This relationship might not work because of you. But yeah, I still love my island Samaritan no matter what. So you see, nothing can keep us apart. Samaritan life is my life. At the stem to the heart.
Samaritan Martin, it's too bad, it's too sad. You're changing so fast. Sir Martin, you possess a natural beauty, which can only be maintained, but only if your citizens do its duty. However, your citizens are not the only persons living here. Many have came from abroad, but tell me, do they really care? But you are us, and we are you. Should you collapse due to some neglect, then you are likely to crumble, to fall, to suffer, and die. Sir Martin, one nation and one people.
This shirt was actually worn by my grandfather, Jocelyn Andel, when he performed for the Queen and her family back in them days. And that's why it washed out so. I chose it tonight to symbolize what he has done for this country and what he is going to do as well. Thank you.
My poem is not in the St. Martin voice. I was just here for the support, but they said it has an open mic and she said I should. You see, I like it when it rains. Wow. It makes me feel like at least the weather feels what I feel, so it gives me a second thought about blowing my brains. The air I'm breathing is affecting my health. There are many things that I wish for, like a big house and some wealth. Many times I'm reflecting on the very pain that I felt. Why is it that no one hears when I'm crying for help? I was crawling on the ground, neighbors didn't hear a sound. I was all up on my feet, but they did knock me down. Referred to me as a kid like I'm an improper noun. Said if I didn't listen, I would be locked in the pound. I mean, the pain was so drastic, it's like it's fire on plastic. You see, I wish it was plastic, it burned right through me like acid. And then the weight was so massive, I should be speaking in passive. Then the demons are plaguing me like they think I'm attractive. Like I've had my genesis, but where's my revelation? Like pull the trigger and release a clip with no hesitation. I'm sick, the doctors can't even find my real medication, and not even yoga could give me some real meditation. You see, if my feelings fit the weather, then I guess it's better without a sweater, because my heart is cold, my mind is bold, and I may leave you in tears when I start to unfold, because just my very words will touch your soul, and it doesn't matter if it's as pure as gold. It seems that angels are lazy, got their dark sides and they play me. Should clip their wings, yeah, it's crazy. Toss going wild like a daisy. And then this chick I called baby, but she was just like Miss Haiti. I wish she acted like a lady, and I thought she could save me. And then I'm buried so deep, nights when I just couldn't sleep. My thoughts were going wild like heaven and hell had just come to meet. And then times when I had no hope, and said, Jay, just by the rope. I'm under pressure, but I never thought of touching that dope. And then I just try to cope, and then my eyes filled with soap. Because the times I was crying, said I'm okay, yeah, I'm lying. Believe me, I'm really trying, but sometimes I just feel like dying. And then the women are cool, but they ain't so satisfying. Times when the wounds start to hurt. Times when I don't know my worth. Times when I want to get up, but I'm just stuck in that dirt. Asking save me, but no savior. Times when it affects my behavior. And the anger is burning inside of me, and it's red hot, and it's just a crater. But no tears, please. No pity, no sorrow. Cause every yesterday is a better tomorrow. And don't worry, it will be alright. Because the stars shine brighter in the darkest night.
At first it was romance. We laughed as we pranced. I forgave and I forgot. I believed in second chances. But it's happening again. You're acting the same. You said that you can fix us, but it's only becoming insane. And now I feel broken. Your glue was not that strong. All the hurt from in the past is haunting me along, forcing me to take risks that I'm not willing to take. I'm trying to escape, but my feelings just overtake. Blades become sharper, meals become smaller, arguments stir up faster, my heartbeat becomes slower. I realize you played me like a grand piano, and you only had me like a string guitar. But it's cool though, everything happens for a reason. So this happened to me. That was my so-called well-told love story. So harsh I forgot it happened in reality.
It's all torn between something and feeling it deep. The rising of the sun, in the blossom of the leaves, in the colors of the sky, within your beliefs, the wonder unexplained, yet could be defined, the choosing of one's identity, minds.
So I want to tell the story, but the words escape me. I want to tell about an interesting conundrum of how $5 killed the momentum. A torrent of words, a flood of people flowing to action. A movement of artists halted in their progression by a $5 admission. This was the story of how $5 killed the momentum. It was not about, okay, I hear a terrible in the back. It was not about freeloading, but pardon the rude introduction. I can't grasp what was the host's intention. His failure to recognize greatness nesting in its infancy is what some folks could not see, because they were eluded by the prospect of an admission fee. So that was that was about $5 kill a moment. Okay. Oh, and everybody wants Lucinda to recite an item. Yes. I need to do this. I need to start putting things in my phone.
Very much so on the spot. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I have not said good night, you're right. How everybody doing? Okay. I read a poem. Alright, let me see what we're doing here. This one is The Calling of Our Culture. I wrote this in 2010 and I thought it was appropriate. Let's have a good look at it. 1 second. All of our cultural soldiers are dying. Like teardrops from the sun, you've enriched this land with your words and your songs and your stories of us. From Ian to Yaya, who will be next? From this land is my land. That is so culturally starved, my land. That is so economically driven, my land. Yet so socially hungry, this land. Can you hear the winds, the chanting of our ancestors from Loki to Leslie to Tani, now Ian, now Yaya? Mama, Yaya, her words would ring. Mama, Yaya, their spirits now live in the winds as they guide us, the next generation of playwrights, storytellers, folk poets, singers, painters, and dancers. Oh, sweet St. Martin land. Come, let me drink with guava berry, call Miss Elsie, let me light up the coal pot. Come, Father, let me light up the stove oven. Bring the bomb of tuffet, let me bake it. Come eat your belly full, St. Martin. Come, let me dance the Panamanum, St. Martin, St. Martin. We cannot all allow these whispers of our identity of our people to fade away as if we never were. We must engrave in the minds of the generations to come the stories of us, our people, our culture, our hearts, our heartbeat, with our voices, our imprint, our writings. As more of us advocates of culture are laid to rest, we must fight harder, arming our soldiers with wisdom, their stories of our glories. St. Martin culture is calling you, Esther Bradshaw. St. Martin culture is calling you, Lorenzo Gumbs, verse. St. Martin culture is calling you, Renee Violinis, Lizanne, Charles, Mr. Lake, Sean, Renee, Lensworth. Come dance, Rudolph, Adimar, Joseph. For buried are the tales of our history. On the stones lay decayed bones of 100 years of hair, 100 years of tears, 100 years of years that they have fought for us. Rest in peace, Ian. Rest in peace, Yaya. Rest in peace, Kimon. Rise up, St. Martin people, for we shall always fight to the death, so our culture can never be slain. When I say this is for, you have to say St. Martin. Or we're going to say St. Martin. St. Martin. Tonight, because we're talking local, right? From border to border, city to city, village to village, this is for? St. Martin. From Sucker Garden to Miller Region, from Riley Hill to Lowlands, from Grand Cross to Muller Bay, from Phillipsburg to Marigot, from Dudside to Friendside and all that's in between. Little communities like St. George's and New Orleans, this is for? St. Martin. This is for my Dunk Street Massive and my Back Street Passage. St. Martin is where I grew up. Born St. Rose Hospital on my Bayside. Maybe that's where the Bayside's in me. My neighbor string buried there. This is for? St. Martin. Listen to the wave of the Great Bay Beach crashing against the shores of the Great Bay Sand Strip. Hear the pine birds chanting. We pelicans and we seagulls diving and dipping in to catch the big mullet fish, the big pond fish, swimming in what's now a toxic atom bomb of feces, breeding dish and feces. This is for? St. Martin. Carnival time, young kids jamming. Karate. Carnival time, young kids drumming in troops and karate. Man got the children jamming in two left shoes because big sponsors are sponsor people who don't got money already. This is for? St. Martin. Oh, it's true. Chicken leg on the grill, Johnny cake and hot oil. Smell the smoke from the festival village. Feel the rhythm of the pan, the sound of the beat. It's our culture. Our ancestors dance on the wave of the pan. Can you hear our Calypsonians chant from old time Tanya and the bottleneck crew to New Day disputers? This is for? St. Martin. We are united, we wear with colors red, white, and blue, yet divided we stand like Crips and Bloods. This is for? St. Martin. From border to border, city to city, fetting bacchanal, tis we own thing. Every pan knocking, every spoon dropping, a good pot of conchs and dumpling soup to soak up the liquor. From tantra to imports, don't tell no lie. St. Martin's in the city that doesn't sleep, where we party every day of the week. This is for? St. Martin. Rockers moving from the beat of the drum, from tamboo to soca to zouk, from dancehall to hip-hop. This is an isle of an eclectic nation. This is for? St. Martin. City to city, club to club, from old time Randaroos. Now, who know where Randaroos is? Nobody. But I think it's in French Quarter. From old time Randaroos to Sandy Ground cockfights on Sundays. This is for? St. Martin. The good and bad and ugly, from border to border, city to city, village to village. This is for? St. Martin. This is for? St. Martin. This is for? St. Martin. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Lucinda, very much. You made my night. That's why that's my line. You know, essentially, so I cannot think on a more appropriate note on which to end the night. So thank you very much for coming. I have no affiliation with this lady, so do not call it a shameless plug, but this entire book is written in prose, right? It's a book that's written the story of St. Martin and St. Martin's history and where we came from, etc., etc. The whole entire book is written in poetry form. It's called For a Stick of Fire, which is also a St. Martin expression. Is it available at the library? So the library has several copies, so nobody can say I tell I to buy it. Okay, so for the lovers of poetry, you would love this book. St. Martin history, and it's written in poetry form. All very extra pantoflette. So, yes, go out, do yourself a favor, read this book, and humor is the best way to end the night. And Lucinda, I thank you very, very much. So I will call on Miss Marcelia Henry to do the closing. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out.
Now, before we leave, it is important that we thank various persons. First of all, we want to thank the Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports, Ms. Elvira Jacobs, who was the one that posed this challenge to the Department of Culture, and then Culture in turn extended the invitation to the UNESCO office, which I jumped on one time because of the importance of us promoting our SEMAT in English. We also need to thank our sponsor of this event, the House of Nehesi Publishers, in particular Mr. Lassana Sekou, who is providing each of the participants with books, so every participant will receive a book from the House of Nehesi. We also want to thank our judges, Ms. Maynard, Ms. Arden, Mr. Valis. Please give a round of applause. We also want to thank the Semantic Young Ambassadors. Yes, we want to thank you so much for that island in the sun. It was wonderful. And you said you all only did it in one day? Yes. So look at what would have happened if you all had 2, 3, and 4 days. So Ms. Angelique Mumatis and the Semantic Young Ambassadors, we want to thank you. We want to thank as well our MC, Mr. Violinist behind there. He did a very good job. We want to thank the secondary schools English language teachers and also the principals as well and directors. Ms. Nelson, we want to thank you. Ms. Lucas, we want to thank you. Thank you. Yes, we want to thank them for encouraging their students to take up this challenge. And they only had about 1 week, some had 3, 5 days, and we want to thank you all for undertaking this. So the next time, because I will say this will be an annual activity. Every year we will have this activity again.
And categories for adults.
And we will have categories for the adults. Well, we think about that one. We want to thank the participants. It would not have been possible without those. We had 12 participants that signed up. I think we got about 8 or 9 of them tonight. But we want to thank them for being here. So please give them a round of applause once more. And we want to thank the open mic persons, those who came up as well. Yes, fabulous job. So those of you all who we do not have your name, please make sure you see me so I can have your name. There's also World Poetry Day and other events that will take place. So we want your information. We want to thank the Dow Music Foundation for those fabulous panel renditions. We appreciate that. Funtopia Larich for decorations. Thank you so much. And we want to thank, where's Mr. Alfonso? He left already, Mr. Alfonso Blyden, for those delicious tomatoes snacks that you were partaking. Thank you so much, Alfonso. And we want to thank Miss Shireen Alambi Duncan. Please give her another round of applause. Shireen, come up and take a bow.
Great job.
Yeah, come up and take a bow.
Come on, baby. Love the color.
Yeah, take it bow. Take it bow. Yeah, yes, all right, thank you. And finally, we want to thank you, the public, for coming out. This activity could not have been successful if you were not here. So I want to thank, I see the soil students are here, and I saw some other students from the different organizations. Thank you for coming out.
And Office World as well. Office World, you said they're getting a certificate.
Yes, Office World will be... They will be getting their certificate from Office World, and we will notify the participants when they can pass by to collect their certificate. So you will get that notification from us when you can go to Office World to do your collecting. So with that, thank you everyone for coming out. We hope you enjoy this Semantic English International Mother Language Day event. Good night everyone.